What's going on, everyone? EX7 is out, has been out for I think about a week, solid week. Yeah, you gotta buy the promos to play Terromon and Shumon. Anyway, I think I'm gonna make deck profiles where you don't have to use promo cards for it, which I think will be pretty cool. Not gonna be optimal, but hey, at least you'll be able to play it. Today I want to talk about my boy Dorbickmon. My goodness, I remember I played it such a while ago, and I'm like, you know what, there's a lot of new dragon cards out. So I am doing the Guilmon package with the Digimons. When you attack, if you have in this case only Guilmon, then you get to draw one. So for the Digimons, you want to draw as fast as you can, because ideally the whole thing with Dorbick is just dropping it, digicrossing, and mix and matching up to 5 different cards with dragon, dinosaur, or sword in its traits, and then giving it all these inherits. So we're doing 4 of the promo Guilmons when attacking, draw one with the Digimon. I like this because since it's when attacking, you swing, you draw, and then you resolve the attack. So it's pretty cool, and you actually be surprised how often this Guilmon survives, because it's either hitting 1Ks, or it's hitting options or tamers, so it survives. 2 of the Guilmon X antibody. This one, the trait is Dark Dragon, so you are able to use it in the Dorbick, which is pretty good. Another source. The Guilmon, you can't, it's considered reptile. This one you can digivolve on top of the Guilmon, and if you do, when digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. Doesn't really come up as often, although it can. If you swing with the Guilmon, it doesn't die. Go into the Guilmon X, and now you get to pop a Floodgate card. The inherit here, your turn, add 1000 to the maximum DP you can choose with DP based deletion effects, which is going to help tremendously the Dorbick. 2 of the new Vorvomons. It's a rock dragon, so it can be used as a source for your Dorbick. On play, don't even worry about it. It's not gonna, well, I guess it could pop up. So it's on play, it does allow you to search, get a Hina, which we don't run any, but it allows you to pick up a rock dragon, which I am running most of the line here. So you're able to pick up a source from it, but you don't want to do that because you don't want to bottom deck your Dorbricks. More importantly, I'm playing this for the inherit. It gives you 2000 DP during your turn. With the whole Shoto, I was about to say mommy, Shoto mother combo blocker going around, it's a 15,000 blocker. You're not going to be able to delete it with your on play with Dorbick, but you want to be able to attack over the mother, and if it blocks, you have more DP than the mother. So I think DP is important for this set, really for that. That's it for the level trees. Let's go ahead and move on to the level 4s. Now the level 4s and the level 5s are a bit of a high count. 2 of the starter deck 1 Greymons, security attack +1 inherit. I already said I am doing Lavorvo's line. So we are doing 2 of the Lavorvomon. This one has an on play, return 1 card with Machine Dragon, Sky Dragon, or Hinata, which you're not going to be able to proc anyway. So don't worry about that. When digivolving, you get to play a Hina. Don't worry about that either. The inherit, we're just playing it for the inherit. I was playing Punkmon instead of this one, but this is a 5 cost and it's evil for 2. The Punkmon, I believe, is 6000 DP, but it's you digivolve for 3, which sometimes you can digivolve if you want, but more importantly, you're able to drop it for 5 as opposed to 6. The inherit gives 2000 DP to your Dorbick. 2 of the Growlmons. When digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4000 DP or less. If it didn't delete, it gets 3000 DP for the turn. Good for removal, floodgates, popping floodgates in this case. The inherit, it adds, while you have 0 or less memory, add 2000 DP to the Digimon's DP based deletions effect. Sorry, that glare is nasty. So it helps with the Dorbick, it adds 2000, and since you're gonna hard drop it, usually at 3, play it for 3, now it triggers since you're at the 0, helping your Dorbick. 2 of the Cordramons. At first I wasn't playing this one because I'm like, I just want to focus on inherit for the Dorbick, but this is actually pretty nasty because if it comes out from security, which is not going to be often, but it happens. You get the on play, trigger, draw 2. So if you're at 3, you don't have any options to play, or you don't have any rookies, just drop the Digimon, leave your opponent at 3, which isn't that big of a deal, especially if they have a memory setter. Draw 2, and now you kind of cycle more through your deck. So Digimon is pretty good. 2 of the Burning Greymons. I am playing Takuya's on here. The raid does come up here and there if you know if you're going like against a single stack deck, you're able to raid into it and kind of force them to kind of keep building up. Of course, the hybrid for game, the one attacker you're not going to use, but the inherit we're using to give your Dorbick plus 2000 DP. Now these two are kind of a flex spot, right, where you can put whatever you want. I was playing 2 of the Ginryumon. 2 reasons. 3 actually. It's a 4 cost, so if you brick, you could drop down the Ginryu. He's a blocker, and when you on play, you get to suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. I mean, it really doesn't matter if you pass turn anyway and then it unsuspends, but having a blocker while you wait to get your pieces or a Dorbick is actually beneficial. I do love the inherit. All turns once per turn, when this Digimon becomes suspended, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers with the play cost less than or equal to this Digimon's play cost. Now, you're not going to be able to suspend the mother, but let's say they have like 2 blockers. You can pop 1 blocker when you attack. You get to suspend the other blocker, and with enough DP, they have to now block with the mother. And if they don't, possibly you could win, or you swing over the mother. So this will come up later on with the level 5s, because you are able to unsuspend, but I dropped it at 1 because I am trying out 1 Ankylomon. This one is an Ankylosaur, so the Dorbick also has in parentheses Soar, which would work with your Ankylomon. My reasoning behind this was it's a play cost of 4, so it's a low cost. It has barrier, and the on play, one of your opponent's Digimon can't attack players until the end of their turn. So stun, you're able to stun them. But ideally, the whole thing is you're able to chip away, and if you die, you can trigger barrier. And now, if they have, let's say they have 1 security left, swing with their Ankylomon. If it dies, just use barrier, survives. Now you could use this as a source for your Dorbick. Bring out your Dorbick. Dorbick has rush. GG's. So yeah, more importantly, the all turns gives you, the inherit gives you all turns 1000 DP, which is awesome because a lot of these Digimon are now 12,000. All the links are 13,000 now, so at least you want to take it down with them. So that's kind of my flex spot right there. You can swap with whatever you like, or option cards or tamers that you want to choose. All right, let's move on to the level 5s. Level 5s. Pretty standard if you've seen any of the Dorbick deck profiles going around. Master Tyrannomon for the security attack +1. Voltramon for the security attack +1. And the new level Garidamon from the EX7 for security attack +1. The on play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6000 DP or less, which can work. And you could also end up digivolving, since you have red all the way through. When digivolving, if your opponent has no Digimon with 6000 DP or less, gain 1 memory. It's not groundbreaking, but you know, you're able to at least on play it. What I like about the new ones as opposed to the new ones, the old ones are 8 cost, the new one are 7. So obviously, you know, if they're at 3, I mean, would you rather leave them at 4 or 5? Jazrichmon, I don't even know if I said that right, but whatever. On play, they digivolve 1, which can be good, especially with level 7 aces running around, Cherubimons running around. You could drop this, and now you drop this for like 3, and you could digivolve into Dorbick, and it does have rush. So that's another way to do it. Your turn, the inherit. While this Digimon has an on-play effect, they gain security attack +1. And then last but not least, the Majiramon. When digivolving, don't even worry about it. but the inherit, when attacking, if your opponent has no Digimon with Digivolution cards in play, unsuspend this Digimon. So now here's where it kind of helps with the Ginryumon. You're able to swing, suspend something, and then you get to unsuspend and kind of swing over another blocker if they have it. Or, more importantly, you get to swing, suspend a Digimon that you want to get rid of. Majiramon unsuspends it if it has no sources, and now you can swing over it. That's kind of my whole theory, play, whatever you want to call it, behind the thing. Anyway, I think those are my level 5s, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. Yeah, 9. There we go. And moving on to level 6s. Obviously just 4 Dorbick. If you don't know what it does, allow me to explain. I'll also have a picture for you. Rush, this Digimon may attack the turn it was played, so never mind. You can't Digivolve and then swing. You'd have to have Blitz and Rush. No, right? Yeah, scratch that. But you know, yeah, it works. It works because it was a turn it was played. You just Digivolved, right? I'm confused now. I don't think you can. May attack the turn it was played. No, I think you can. Damn it. I'm gonna go with you can. Because it was still the turn it was played, it gives a rush. So you get rush. On play, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. For each card with Dragon in its trait in this Digimon's Digivolution card, add 2000 DP to the maximum DP you can choose with this effect. And the most important thing, you're able to Digicross using 5 different Digimon cards with names Dragon traits on... Dragon traits. On play, place from hand, battle area under this card, reduce the play cost per card. So we'll get into it, but that's kind of the whole thing with it. You want to be able to have 5 sources and then bam. 2 of the ties, just memory setter. I think starting at 3 is more important than the security attack it gives, but security attack is hello. An extra security attack, why not? And then 1 Takuya. Start your main phase if your opponent has a Digimon gain 1 memory. Just really put you at 4. You could use the other Takuya if you want, or you can use 3 ties. But since I am running the Burning Greymons, I want to be able to Digivolve for 2, not for 3. The ties you will have to Digivolve for 3. Then here, when this Digimon gets 2000 DP, while this Digimon has 10k or more, it gains Piercing. It can happen if you Digivolve into the Burning Greymon and then you go into a level 3 and it doesn't die. Then you'll be able to get the Piercing, although it's not, you know, super important. Level 7s, I'm doing a split here. 1 Crimson mode and 1 Omnimon. Here's my reasoning. Sometimes with the level 5, you are not going to be able to unsuspend. You need to unsuspend for game. You need to meet the criteria of your opponent having no Digimon with sources underneath. So if they do, you're kind of SOL, you can only attack once. So the whole gimmick now is just going to Omni Blitz, unsuspend, and now you're able to swing for that last check. And the Crimson mode is there for when you have to play Dorbick, you can't close, and now it's suspended and your opponent wants to go over it. Then you can just blast, go into the Crimson mode. The whole trashing when it attacks, it's not going to come up as often unless you're probably playing against like a purple deck, but your trash isn't as high as you think. I mean, it's very minimal because you're saving all your cards and then you're Digicrossing. So more of late game, this will be good. This is also really good just to clear board, right? It's kind of like a drop nuke. And then since you do have, it could add up if you end up having the sources with the Dorbick and adding the extra DP to it, then, you know, you can delete more. So 2 of those. I was playing 4, 2 of each, but that was too much. I felt like you really didn't need level 7s as much as I thought I was. Options. The standard 4 fireballs. right? You get to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. If you didn't, then draw 2. Security effect, draw 2. For Hero of the Skies. Sometimes you really want to draw and you don't want to delete Digimon, so if you play this, you don't draw. So this kind of goes around that, and it's also 2. This one, when you play it, you're only going to have to worry about 1 effect here, but you get to draw 2. The security effect, you get to add it to the hand. One delicate plan, obviously for like security control, it's a big one. You could probably make space for 2, and I'll talk about it after I reveal the rest of the deck profile. But you know, giving your Dorbick the ability to not check security effects on option cards is very big, because he doesn't have protection. So that's where the whole bringing up your DP as high as you can and then using a delicate plan comes in handy, because now it's kind of guaranteed he's not going to die. Then they have to swing over him or pop him with an option card. One high-speed plug-in D, and I'm really contemplating on taking this out. So this is very good to avoid the whole blocker situation, but if you're able to unsuspend, you're popping Digimon, you're suspending with Ginryu, then it kind of becomes irrelevant. But it's good to kind of go over the go around the Magna, go around the Mother, especially if you don't have enough DP, right? Because it gives you jamming and then you're unblockable. What's the problem? The problem is you're usually at 3, even if you're at 4. Play your Dorbick, add all the sources, you're at 1, and now how the hell do you play this? Because you're gonna end turn. Well, that's why I like playing Gravity Crush. That's one way around it. Gravity Crush, gain 2 memory, end of the turn, lose 2. Ideally, you want to play this if you know you're gonna win. So that's one way to do it, but again, why I want to take this out is now I need a Tamer, and I need these 2 pieces in my hand to make the whole thing work. I don't like that. So I do think I am going to take that out. Sometimes you just got to understand you're just not going to win against certain decks, and it is what it is. You just scoop and move it on. So I'm probably going to drop this, and I don't know if I would add another delicate plan. Maybe I'll add another one. So if you want to run 2, you can, or if you want to run anything else, you can. So this is the only one that, like, in theory, it's good, but when you're playing, it's like, when am I going to get a chance to use it? Security effect, draw 1, then add this card to your hand. So that's pretty much it. We'll go over a few combos here, not that many. Alright, bear with me here. This is your opponent's security. This is yours. So you end up, shoot. Probably should have it set up right, but ideally you're going to want to have this. You have your Guillemon. You go to 3. Even if your opponent doesn't have a Digimon for you to gain a memory, go ahead and swing. Now you do 2, and this is just random. So now you draw 2, gets deleted. Or if it doesn't, now you can go into, I don't even have it here, but now you can go into the Guillemon X. Alright, you can pop something if you want. Now, you can end up, since you're at 3, you got 1 target, 2, 3. Keep in mind they all have to be different names. You can't have the same Digimon under its source. 4. Actually, see, I wouldn't even feel comfortable with that. So right now you got a security tech plus 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I'm going to do is, ideally it depends how it is. So I would probably, you don't need all that. And I would want to use any, actually, perfect example. You could use a Guillemon since it has Dragon. Rest get trashed. Or, now here you go, you can add See, in this case, I only need an extra security attack. And we can add these two. So now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 for 3. Go to 0. Pop something else. And now he's at 12, 14, 16. Swing for 16, 1 attacking. Assuming you meet the criteria, now you unsuspend. Security attack plus 1. See, so that would have clashed. 1. Well, that's regular attack, security attack plus 1. And then if they had another one, security attack plus 3. Or 2, sorry. And now you can swing for game. If they ended up still having one, now that's when you can use your Omnimon for game. If you don't have Omnimon, now you could use Gravity Crush, go back for 2, and now you can go over the Takuya into the Burning Greymon, swing for game. That was blurry, sorry. So there's multiple ways of you to, end up doing it. Or if you want to suspend, let me take this back. I use the Gravity Crush. If for some reason you end up at 5, well then I guess now you could go into Crimson, sweep board, and now use when attacking, trashing. You get the idea. So it's actually a really fun deck. I do enjoy it. I have Dragon Links on the way. I have Hexablow on the way. I really enjoy Hexablow, but we'll talk about it on the deck profile. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you are. I'll catch you guys on the next video.